Where do I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could actually finish in the AFC North? And it might shock some of you, but considering some of the offensive play that the Steelers have had as of late, or the whole season. However, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers team are about to hit a sweet spot in their schedule. Yes, they still have 4 divisional games left to play. But the Pittsburgh Steelers play the division fairly well and don't usually lose to each team both times. It's very, very, very few and far between that the Steelers lose to a team within their division both times in this season. So let's realistically break down the Steelers' schedule that remains and where they could realistically finish in the AFC North. And I gotta say that I think that they may have a good chance to win this AFC North. And I think that it's very possible, if not finish second. I think the Steelers could finish it with a 12-5 record, and here's why. The Steelers, like I said, play the division fairly well. And at times, yes, they'll split, but they very seldom lose both games. So if the Pittsburgh Steelers were to split their four remaining divisional games, that puts them at a 2-2 record within the division with just those games and the 2 that they've already won. That would give them a 4-2 divisional record, which would be pretty damn good if you ask me. And I think that will probably be one of the better records within the division. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers and you handle business and take care of these remaining teams that you are supposed to beat on your schedule, that would lead you to a 12-5 record, which would probably win the AFC North, in my opinion. And I know the Ravens are playing very well. However, they're going to have to play the Browns again. They're going to have to play the Steelers again. They're going to have to play the Bengals. And I think with the way the Bengals are playing, that they'll be able to play pretty tough against the Baltimore Ravens. And I think that the Ravens will lose at least 2 more games. No doubt about it. At least 2 more games. And let's face the facts, folks. Lamar Jackson hasn't won really big games in his career. So I always look for a choke or an injury from Lamar Jackson, especially down the stretch. So if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers and you're sitting here and everybody's dog walking you saying, hey, you suck. You suck. You're going to finish 4th in the division. But yet you sit 5-3 and you realistically, without even it being very far-fetched, could finish 12-5, if not better, if you pick up the pace and have a second half like you had last season. You could very easily finish even better. And my season prediction was 13-4. And I think I'll be pretty damn close to that. Especially with the way that the season is played out and the Steelers not losing a lot of ground here in the front half of the season. And I wanted to bring this to you guys and bring it to your attention that the Steelers play some very beatable teams in the second half of the season, in which most of the divisional opponents that are within the AFC North have already played these teams and got their free W's off of most of them. Yeah, they have. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have played already their hardest part of their schedule, in my opinion, now have divisional games and games that they should get out there and absolutely dog walk some of these teams and really rip them apart. Yes, I know the Steelers have a bad problem with Mike Tomlin playing down to their opponents, but you have Kenny come back. He likes to win in the 4th quarter, so I'm really not totally worried about those games. And I know you may have a fluke game or here or there, but you're going to have some games inside your division that you pull out also, and they've already pulled out 2 of them. What if the Steelers were to realistically go 4-2 in the division? Is that good enough? Do you guys think that that's good enough to win the AFC North? Especially with like a 12-5, 13-4 record. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers and you're trying to really play off of what happened last year and how Kenny came about a little bit better last year at the end of the season, and historically you've been playing better in the second half of seasons and you've really dug yourself in the hole in the beginning part of your seasons, and now this season you come out and you secure a good 5-3 record, sitting really nice inside the division, fighting for keeping pace in the division. And if you're the Steelers, you think like, damn, I think we're all right. I think if history repeats itself, which it tends to do, or like our patterns keep going and repeating themselves, which they tend to do, patterns are patterns, I think if you're a Steelers fan, you should expect probably that kind of a record. I really, really do. And I know it seems far-fetched, but I had to add this on. I just did a video a little bit ago. Just did a video this morning. And I was talking about the tough AFC North. And where the Steelers sit in that. Where they fit inside that division. And now, here I am thinking about it throughout the morning and throughout the day so far. And I think to myself, wow, the Steelers really only have 4 divisional games left. They play some teams that they can truly beat. Really beat. One being the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. One being the Colts. One being the Cardinals. One being the Seattle Seahawks. If I don't like one game out of all those, or 2 games I could pick out of all those that they should win, one would be the Seahawks. Because I feel like Geno Smith is a very serviceable guy, man. I really do. And if he has a day that he gets hot, he could win a ball game. Do I think the Steelers will win that game? Absolutely. Another game is the Indianapolis Colts, because they really know how to run the football. And I think the Steelers at times get gouged by a good runner. And I know they held Derrick Henry at bay. They've done good, but sometimes they really get gouged. So I worry about those 2 games. But do I think the Steelers will win? Absolutely. Absolutely. And guys, I got to bring this to your attention. And I know a lot of people are dogging the Steelers. So I have to keep saying it. I too think that the Steelers are playing bad football at times. But I think at times that they win. That's where my other thought process is. They win games, and it's all in the eye of, or in your own perspective, how you view good. Do you view good as statistically being, or do you view good as winning in the wins, losses, how they sit in the division, or do you want to see somebody put up a bunch of stats? Is that how you determine if they're good? Because honestly, guys, I don't give a let me not cuss and get on my soapbox here. But anyway, I really don't give a crap about how many stats you put up. It doesn't matter. All I want to see is wins and losses. If you have more wins than losses and you're sitting atop a division or you're competing for first place in the division, that's all I care about. I don't care if you throw for 10 yards. I just care about you winning ball games. That's it. And I know we gotta, just as fans, reel ourselves in sometimes, so that may be the point of this video. But I felt compelled to come on and talk about why I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could finish really 13-4, 12-5 easily, and actually easily win the AFC North. Think about it, guys. Look at the schedule, break it down, see what you guys think. Put it in the comments. Let me know. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Peace.